Hey, watch it there, bucko, you silly bird. Cecil, what are you doing? In that case, really sweet. No voice. Cutting wood. What are you doing there, kid? Hmm?
Oh, we're going live. Yay. Let's see.
Cecil bird.
Oh, yeah, there we are. There's a Cecil on YouTube.
Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? Hmm? Hey, Cecil. Do have a Triton in here too. Pippa's in here today with Salamander.
Ooh,
That's Lucy up there. Where'd Pippa go? Oh, there she is.
is she back there with Steve?
Yeah, get back with Steve. Nice day. It's too bad we can't go out. Tomorrow it's going to be too windy.
Lucy
But
is a good brain.
we have to give a little time to the as people come by and spray. I don't want any. I'm not too worried about scorpions getting me, but I'm worried about them coming in and getting these guys.
Mm.
So that's why I have them come out and spray. What's up, Mander? Hey, Mander. Cecil, that's my hand you're whacking with that
Maybe
piece
he's
of wood.
interested because you were saying his name, and they are probably not thinking that you are now starting a live stream. It's absolutely the wrong time for it.
Yeah, that's true. I just can't believe how much wood sugar has gone through. I look in there and she's sitting by her toy and she's chewed all the wood off of it in an hour. And she's
Mm.
looking at me like, "Can you fix this? How about another one?"
Oh,
And
Shuggy.
she's
She
been
has
doing
come
that for
off.
the. Hey, I know. Pippa, you behave. Pippa, behave. Pippa, be nice.
Gesundheit.
Hey, you stop that now. Pippa, you're on probation in here.
And now we cannot hear anything because Cecil is screaming.
He's just talking, aren't you? Are you talking, Cecil? Ah, you leave him alone. Pippa? He does fine in the aviary. I'm just trying to get him to be okay in here. Pippa? Good girl. You're listening to me. Watch yourself. Watch yourself, you little monster. Good girl. Good girl, Peppa. Good girl.
And Manda's a good boy. He hasn't freaked out, which is great.
Nope, he's just giving her space. What you doing, Pip Pip? That's right. That's right, Pippa. That's right.
So we have Birds Maria and Sunshine TV here, who greets us and the birds.
Hello. Sea salt. Peppa, you be nice. Peppa, be nice. Peppa, Peppa, Peppa. No, no, cut it out. Leave him alone. Peppa, Peppa. No, leave him alone. Peppa, Peppa. Not listening to me. Listen to me. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on over. All right. That's much better. Come sit with Dad. You come sit with Dad, although I'm not sure what he'll do. Okay, scoot over here just a little bit away from KK. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good girl. Good girl, Pippa. Quit trying to eat my phone holder, you toad. I guess I could put it on the phone and there's less chance that you're gonna mess with it. Between you and Bob, I'm surprised there's anything left of it. Yep, Pip, Pip. Hi, Mander. Oh, I've got to pet her right now, Mander. She's doing what I want her to do. She's being a good girl. Aren't you, Pippa? I see. Yes, I see you want me to pet you. I see that.
What a good Mando boy.
He was begging with his eyes. It's just pet me, pet me. I'm petting her so she doesn't come after you, you silly bird. Mander, silly bird.
So Birds Maria says it's raining and windy in Long Island, and the groundhog said early spring this year. Yeah, early spring is definitely true. In Germany, we had barely any winter this year, so at the moment we have already most of the spring flowers. Yeah, and temperatures is also pretty high for this time of the year. Well, most people would disagree, but most people are, yeah. When it comes to weather, so they're a little bit like, if it's not perfect, 28 degrees Celsius, so they're like, oh, it's too cold, and then when it's a little above, oh, it's too hot. So, yeah. At the moment, we're between 0 and 10, and we had barely anything below 0 degrees Celsius, which is not great for nature. Especially it can happen when the vegetation starts that early, like it did this year, that we still get really cold temperatures in late March or April. And then yeah, the harvest with many things looks pretty bad because it just is cold in the time when the bees and so should fly out. But it doesn't look like it gets any colder the next time. So all the outside birds are already busy with looking for nesting sites.
Pippa, I wouldn't get too close to him. Pippa, come here. Now, see, you got him. No. You're gonna have to move over here. Sit over here. I don't want you to get attacked. No, I don't. Right there. You're a little close to his little area where he hangs out. Yeah, you deal with it. You deal with her. I'll deal with her. You're good at that.
And the thing is that where Don lives, it's a desert, so spring in the desert is different than, or not spring, seasons in general are usually, I guess, a little different. Isn't it, Pippa, Cecil? What do you think, guys? Living 1 year now there?
There's two seasons, dry and drier.
Uh, so Don, are you affected by the fires in North Texas in any way yet?
No, the air quality is fine right now.
Okay, great.
I wasn't even aware there were fires. Isn't it a little early for there to be fires?
It's fire in the north of Texas, and I think they brought it in our news since the fires are starting to get really close to a a company or fabric which produces nuclear weapons. So that wouldn't be good if that is on fire. I
Can
don't
use
know.
that.
Certainly it's early for fires, but actually with the amount of climate change we have now, it's not that unusual, isn't it?
Well, I know in California they say the fire season is year long now. They don't. They don't. It gets a little worse in the summer there, but it's year long. So I knew it was bad when I saw there was a video one of the fire teams put up on Twitter, and I actually copied it, but it shows a fire tornado in California. You know, it's going up about 30 feet in the air. This big tornado of fire. That's
Oh,
cute.
Shuggy, you have a visitor.
We never had those in California before.
A visitor with a yellow crest, I guess.
Yep. Pippa's doing well, aren't you, Pip Pip?
Yeah. Shuggy says, I'm now part of the bully club. No, I don't think she's saying that. But Sugar behaves more and more like, well, the average bird. So chewing wood like crazy, causing trouble. Do you, Shug?
Doesn't seem to bother her that Pippa's over there, but that's kind of surprising.
Maybe she knows that Pippa won't preen her. So yeah. I think the thing is with Snowball, so she wants him that he preys and then he doesn't and he stays, so Pippa is ignoring her so far, I guess. Just sitting there. And Manda has her safety corner.
He's a cute boy, that Mander. Aren't you, Mander? He looks at me like, I was just over there. Like, coming back for a while.
Mm. Birds Maria says Long Island used to have forest fires.
Well, they're getting pretty bad in the West. That's no question about that.
Mm.
Flooding in the East and fires in the West. I I am glad I don't live somewhere where I expect to have evacuation. I mean, it's possible, but it's
Mm.
not common out here. Although the vegetation that you do see is chaparral, which burns at a low temperature, and then it leaves the root system so that it's anticipating fire. What are you doing down there? You want me to pet you? Is that what you want? Okay, if you insist.
Do you have not in your house, of course, but in general where you live, can there be any termites?
I was told that they require a termite inspection, but that's because of some national thing. And there was only one time the realtor, she's been here a long time. She said there's only one time they had termites, and that was when some people from California who were buying a house, but it hadn't gone through yet, asked if it was okay if they could dump some firewood on the property. And the firewood from California had termites in it. So then they ended up having to tent the house and everything. And the new owners had to pay for it because they brought the termites out.
Yeah, I mean the ones who are living free in nature, not trying to move
No,
in.
no, the realtor said that they don't have that out here. I mean, you don't see much in the way of flying bugs at all. And
Yeah,
when you
I
see
mean they built these yeah, look like little volcanoes, 3 meter tall volcanoes. What they built.
I think the summers are too hot for them.
Mm. Um, we have Spirit Meta here. Hi, Spirit. Great to see you. I know we are late. Um, and Birds Maria says you guys have great names for the birds. Thanks. The thing is, most birds had their name already when they came to us. I think Salamander and Lorelei and Cecil, of course, are the ones who got new names. Cecil got a new name because he came from a breeding company or something. I don't know
Or
what they were.
people,
They only gave letters to the birds, so they gave them no names. Then with Salamander, yeah, he had a really difficult past, so sometimes it's recommended to actually change the name. Yeah, and Lorelei is Don's baby, basically.
yeah, basically. Well, yeah, these people were what I heard is they were doing a startup on trying to raise birds for money. And in typical capitalist fashion, they were naming them as if they were just objects and not living things, and giving them letter names instead of actual names. Um, you want to get petted down there? Is that what you're telling me again? You keep grabbing my arm, so I'll pet you. So,
But whoever gave Babalu the name Babalu, fantastic name.
yeah, it's a perfect name for him. That's a good name.
Absolute, as well as sugar fits for sugar.
They didn't keep him very long. You know, he'd been rehomed 8 times in the first 11 years of his life. So,
Yeah, Bob is a
but
poor boy.
Hi there, Pet Pet.
But the thing is, when Cecil came, the breeder thing is thought Cecil is a female who doesn't lay any eggs. Therefore,
That's what
they
I.
try to get rid of her.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was told. You never know if the stories are
So
true,
you
but that's
can
what I was
see in very old videos Don calling him Cecilia
told.
until yeah, the confirmation came back that he is a boy.
Yeah,
Casanova bird.
got him DNA tested. The first time he went in for it. He came down from up in Los Angeles. They drove. It took him 6 hours to drive him down to us. And I got him off the back end of a truck.
So welcome, Giselle, plant-based vegan.
You don't want to. You don't want to come down here. Well, all right, you can come down, but I might end up having. If I scream, it's because someone else realized she's down here.
I think the same was with Corsi. They thought she is a male, so she got actually the name Cosmo. Don tried to call her Cosma, but she preferred Cosmo. So, and Cos or Corsi is her nickname. But I think what she prefers most is Cosmo, the cosmopolitan bird. Like Jessie likes herself being named as the Jessie Jazzbird. And from time to time, we actually called Mander Jabba because Mander has that's Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars is one of his favorite movie characters.
Dizzle, what are you doing? All right, you two.
So Giselle tells us, I have an umbrella cockatoo, 25 years old.
Still a youngster.
That's the thing with cockatoos.
Yeah, it makes it hard to know how old they are. They go they go through so many people. They go from one person to the next to the next to
Yeah,
the
that's
next.
that's the sad part for most of birds. So people have actually not really an idea how old they can get. You just know from some who live in zoos and then become 100 and more.
And some excuses you hear why they are relinquishing their birds. So I've never done this, but I would love to. I'm not doing it anymore anyway. We just never had good luck with rehoming. But to look at the person when they say, well, my lungs can't handle it. The doctor said, really? Okay, show me a doctor's excuse. I want to see the written words of the doctor. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to find whatever excuse they can to get rid of them. I'm sure there's a few people, because they do have dust. I mean, they are dusty. But, right? Are you dusty? Well, no, 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 I'm Jazzy. Jazzy, Jazzbird. Jasmine.
So the cockatoo's name is Caesar and was adopted from a friend who passed away. Yeah,
Hail
that's the
Caesar.
thing. that's sometimes it's really difficult when someone passes away and what happens to the bird. So yeah, that's always great if there's already a person who is dedicated to take care of the bird after that happens. So with KK, he came last year to Dawn from Alaska, because his
Uh,
owner suddenly became very sick and died shortly after. And he was, I think, a couple of times before already in contact with Dawn. And so KK managed actually to come here, since KK is also one of these birds who yeah, suffer from plucking. And Don is specialized in treating these.
it's all right, KK. She can sit on my chest. You have to get petted
Okay.
again. Is that it's
Is
all
your anniversary
well,
very close?
here. You got to move down here because he's starting to stare at you. It's all right.
He's one.
It's
KK is 1 year here in the sanctuary, but he still is not used to the pink birds.
calm down, KK. It's all right.
Somehow the Moluccans and the umbrellas, when they see Moluccans, they are like, so, oh, what's that? What has happened to you guys?
Alien birds turned pink. I know, KK. I know you don't understand. I know. You do your beak again. Good grief. Just did it a few days ago. Now, you don't want to get too close to him. You just don't get it. I know you want Cecil. That's what you're trying to get. Maybe I can get Cecil over to you now. He's not in the mood. Why don't you go preen her? She would like it. I don't want you coming too close over here. I'm sorry, sweetheart. He gets a little upset. He's already a little off. You're a good girl, sweetheart. Cecil, you
Who's
can make everything.
Oh, Jasmine. I just saw you
Huh?
petting Cecil on the YouTube stream, which is a little bit after the actual Zoom. Was confused. Sorry, guys.
Come on, Cecil. Preen her a little bit, would you? Come on. Yes, KK, good bird. Hi, Pippa. Hey, baby. You're being a good girl, too.
So, Giselle, don't worry that you don't know the age of your bird exactly. That's it's sad that they don't get any birth certificate, or so that makes it clear. We don't know it either with many of our birds, since yeah,
If they did
when
get
they
a
get
birth,
surrendered to rescue a sanctuary, you get to hear a lot of stories.
yeah. If they did get a birth certificate, it would be in the Guinness Book of World Records because they get hatched, they don't get born. There's a big difference between that one and the other. I was at a live birth. I never want to be at another live birth. Not my bag. No. But these guys are cute. They just take their little egg tooth and they poke a little hole and they break their way out of the egg.
Mm.
A much better evolution for these guys. We went the wrong way. You want me to pet you? Is that why you're doing that? Okay. I got Pippa right next to me too. I engineered that and kind of gently tried to get Cecil in
The
there
thing
so
is,
he would
on the
keep.
eggs, the man can sit too, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep, they do. For the cockatoos anyway.
In one of our German zoos, I read in the newspaper, there is a male flamingo couple who really wants to have a chick. So they already built a nest and they had imposter egg in it, but now they had the case that another couple had, I think they had more than one egg, and one egg dropped out of the nest, and they didn't want it back, so they had to hatch it in the incubator. But after it actually hatched or so, they give it to the male pair, and they now do the raising the chick. works somehow like with Murphy, the bald eagle who wanted to be father. It somehow reminded me on KK and Cecil. I thought if you gave these two an egg or so, they would probably co-parent and be like, yeah, we raise you.
Probably. Pippa. Does Pippa want some petting? Is that what Pippa wants? Hi, Pippa. You're such a good girl. I have no idea why she bonded to me the second she saw me, but she did.
She probably saw all your Apple devices
Probably.
and was smitten with you. Actually, when I think about the egg and the in Australia and the living marsupials, I prefer that. So I think that's the yeah less cruel for the female to actually get the young. So they come out in a very early age and then get into the mommy bag where they grow. Hmm? Pippa, what do you think? Has Australia still the best solutions to wildlife? They made cockatoos and budgies and the most deadly spider. Just joking, guys. We have always fun talking about the wildlife in Australia here. That's one of our hobbies when we sit together and talk.
Well, they've got some interesting wildlife, lethal wildlife.
So Giselle asks, her bird does have a band on his leg, and if that has any identification purpose.
Usually the bands are just put on there by breeders. Um, you're supposed to leave them on, but most veterinarians will take them off because they can get injured. Many birds have lost their legs over the bands.
There might be that when the breeder or so has actually registered the band or so could give you any information probably or some information.
No,
But
not like in Germany. Most of the bands won't tell you
nope.
anything.
Okay.
No. It's a stupid practice, and any politician that thinks we should be banning birds should have one put around his neck and cinched down. They are dangerous for these animals to have on their legs. So,
Mm.
because they move around and they get caught on things. No, 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 we're not doing that. No, no. KK, it's all right. It's all right. She's okay.
It's
She's
just a
okay.
bit.
No, he's looking at Jazzy Bird.
Oh, Jazzy Bird. Oh,
Mhm.
do Cecil and KK fusion again?
Yeah, he's just preening,
Okay.
but he's keeping him from going after Jazz. So. Don't step on his head. That's don't step on his head, silly bird. See, so you can stay there, but I don't want you stepping on his head, okay? There you go. Good boy. Silly bird.
In these times with the technologies we have, actually these bands have no purpose at all, since one could just take DNA test of the bird when it hatched and then give it in a big or save the data. And if there's really any doubt about which bird one is talking, or when the vet sees it, also just test it and look for the data, and then you know exactly what's going on.
Nee, Pepper. Nee, Pepper.
So wonders if the band should be removed if it's truly useless. Um, I have no idea how it is in the US. If I don't guess there's any requirement, or maybe it has something to do with the state or so.
It does have to do with the state, and some states require them, but most veterinarians will take them off if you ask them to.
Mm,
You can save the band in case you have to present it or something, but I've never had to argue with any official about it, but they don't want to argue with me about it, that's for sure.
mm,
I'm going to win the argument, and I don't care what they say, because
mm.
I've seen some of these animals damaged by them. So. Not fortunately not here, but I've seen them, pictures of it. So.
Mm.
What? Oh yeah, this is good timing to start that. Come here, come here, come.
Yeah, Shuggy looks confused, like, Dad, what are you doing? It's the complete wrong time for doing that thingy.
You made me work today. Yes, you did, because you chewed
Mhm.
through so much wood so
Yeah,
fast.
it's all Sugar's fault.
Well, let's see. Considering the amount of toys she's going through, about 12 pieces of wood a day. Where before you were lucky if she went through two. And then KK's been a buzzsaw lately. He's been You put a toy in there, you look back half hour later, and all the wood's gone. So between the two of them, they're going through 30, 40 pieces of wood at a time in a day.
It's a lot of work for Dawn, but the good news is chewing birds are usually happy birds.
Yeah, that's why I had to get out there and do that today, because I couldn't put it off, because
And we love to
I've
have
got
happy shuk bird.
I have enough toys for today, but I would, pending they didn't just completely destroy them in minutes. This way, I have enough wood to last, I hope, a month. I went through 90 feet of wood today, so
And Shuggy, shuk bird.
that's about 30. Let's see, 90 feet is what? 30 meters, roughly. I put 5 pieces of wood together, 6-foot pieces of wood together, and use a wood clamp on them, and then I cut 5 pieces of wood at the same time until I get down to the end where I have to cut them 2 at a time. But get down to the last 1.5 foot, I have to cut it by. I have to take them apart and cut them 2 at a time. But so I made triangles and polygons and rectangles. And
Shuggy wants an n-dimensional sphere.
you, little girl. Mander, what are you doing over there? Oh. Yeah. Mander, you got a visitor. Oh, she's going the other way.
Is it Pippa who visits?
No, it's Jazz going over to her
Oh no,
spot.
not Auntie Jasmine.
Yeah, but she's just going to her spot. She's ready for a nap.
Let's hope so.
She wasn't even looking at him. She was just trying to get back to her spot.
Yeah, I know the meanie was more sugar last time than actually Auntie Jasbird. Giselle has another question. Do you put the birds in their cages at night? Yes.
Oh, yeah, they go in their cages.
They have big daytime cages. I think they sleep in it at the moment as well.
Yeah, I used to do it. Used to put them in separate cages, but here they stay in there. Most of them are pretty large. Well, the majority of them are 4 foot. Let's see there.
I think most of the people who follow you for a time have seen you sitting in the cage.
Yeah. There's cages are big enough to sit in, that's for sure. But not actually big enough for these guys. Big enough is 50 miles by 50 miles.
There are apartments, student apartments in Germany, which are not that. Don't have that much space. Isn't it, Sugar? Am I blessed with my large student apartment? Oh, Giselle asked, is the large cage indoors? I'm not sure if you mean maybe with the large cage, the outside aviary, because we have an outside aviary where Don often sits with the birds when he does the live streams, especially in summer, or here in the desert, more like in spring, fall, and sometimes in winter. But the outside aviary is outside. That's the huge cage where all the birds sit in, or it looks like a super huge cage with the Don. And then, yeah, we have inside. So you can see the cages in this room. Some of them are actually old night cages and stuff. So in the socialization room, they're the bigger cages where they're in.
Yeah, these
And
are actually the small.
supervised.
These are the small cages, and they're just for them to play around on. They don't actually sleep in these.
Oh yeah, Giselle looks actually for a larger cage for outdoors once the weather improves. I'm not sure if I have the link handy for the outdoor aviary. Once there is a model you can actually purchase. Let's see. I'm not sure. Do we have it in the link tree somewhere?
I think we used to. I'm not sure it's still there. It was on the Amazon links.
I have a link. If not, you might join us in another live stream so we can look it up.
Can't even think of it after all that work I did this morning. I can't think of the name of the company. But they're the only ones that make any kind of decent aviary to put outside. You need it. Your best bet is to put them on a slab. It'll probably cost you less to have a slab put in than it would be to buy the base. The base that they have is about the same price as the whole aviary. So,
or maybe you just sent on an email. I think that's probably if you're interested in what company it was.
Yeah, it begins with an E. It's an E and A or something. For some reason, I can't remember that.
Because I cannot find it at the Amazon at the moment.
I'm still blinking my eyes trying to get the dust out of the sawdust out of my eyes. What are you doing up there?
Yeah, the live stream is actually always Monday and Wednesday at noon. So 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So the time which Las Vegas has, if you want to look it up. Dawn is now in Pahrump, Nevada. And
Yeah,
today we're actually super late since the birds required wood.
Yeah, I sure did. What are you doing down there? What's that look for? What's that look for? What's that look for? You don't know what to think of Pippa either, do you? Yeah, I know. See, so don't get too aggressive there. You'll end up fighting if you get too pushy. Hey, Pippa. I hear you, sugar. I hear you.
I said noon. 9 p.m. it's for me. I'm in Germany. I might have said actually 9 p.m. since 9 it's for me 9 p.m. Oh, she's in Southern California, so you probably might have the same time. So it's
Yeah,
noon.
we do.
Exactly, like Spirit Matter says, noon Las Vegas time.
But the
Thanks,
technical name of that place is Lost Wages. That's what it's not Las Vegas, it's Lost Wages. All right? All right. Lost Wages. People go there and blow all their money.
No, there's a company who produces that large aviary. There's actually, we could even enlarge it. So we have this basically an end to end pieces, and then how much middle pieces you put between them, it's up to you. So in in the old house there wasn't more space, but here actually I think Don could enlarge it.
I could put a couple more sections in, sure.
Mm. But the thing is, the new house has also a super large room, so it's actually pretty long, so the birds can fly a couple of distance if they want to. Especially Pippa likes to.
Oh yeah. She'll take off from the back bedroom and go all the way to the living room, like flying through a bowling alley. It's a large house.
Well, flying makes fun, doesn't it, Pippa? I wish I could.
Pip pip pip.
And Pippa always was a skilled flyer. Well, when she came first, she just flew into the Steve Jobs poster. But back then,
Yeah.
poor Pippa suffered still from her lead poisoning. And yeah, she had a lot of problems. So she couldn't open or close her feet in a controlled way. So sometimes it just got stuck and she couldn't move. And yeah, that has improved so much. We are impressed because it looks like their brain can much more recover than human or mammal brains from such an incident.
Yeah, she even started talking, which is I never expected. She learned some words, didn't you, kid? That's right. That's right.
Yep, Miss Pippa started to talk actually. She actually learned to fake cough and sneeze.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And I think Don actually tried to to get her to unlearn it.
I don't respond to it. I act like I did never heard it. She doesn't do it that much anymore, but that's because I don't if she makes some other sound, I reward that sound. I give her attention, but if she makes that sound, I don't give her any attention at all. So I'm doing the extinction thing. She doesn't need a smoker's cough, and that's what she had. So didn't you, girl? Pampa, big silly. That's a good girl.
And then she talks. She says, "That's right, Pip Pip Pippa. Hello, hello, Pip." I'm not sure if she says, "I love you."
No, not yet. At least I haven't heard it.
Maybe we get to she could say Steve. Mm.
You're a good girl, Pip. Good
Yeah,
girl.
for Triton, she's absolutely well behaved at the moment. No Triton trouble today. Mm.
There's
Pippa
something
says
about
not today.
a
Ask
yellow
Bob.
a yellow crest makes you a little different, doesn't it?
Mm.
Pip?
Nature gave them a warning sign.
Are you crying at me again? Are you crying at me? Matter of fact, their tail flashing. Lucy's still sleeping. I'm not supposed to stop. Is that what that look means? I'm not supposed to stop.
Oh, Caesar barks. How sweet. Um, we have cockatoos too. So Cecil and Babaloo, I think, are the ones who bark as well. And
Yep.
that's so adorable if they do.
They can really get neighborhood dogs going.
Oh yeah.
Now, according to my counter, that's time now. It's been an hour. And
It
I'm
has.
surprised that Pippa has done so well. She's been beautiful in here. She was good outside in the aviary. She listens to me. That's the thing. If she stops listening to me, then I can't have her in here. But I tell her to stop. She is stopping. So, aren't you? All right. I'll have two hands in just a minute. Okay. I have two hands in just a minute. Well, thank you, everybody. And thanks, Amy, for staying late.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. I'm also surprised I'm still awake since yeah, I live in Germany, in Bavaria, and we introduced a new beer for this season today. So, and it's a very strong beer. So, and beer gets me tired always. But I think I managed to drink not that much, so keep myself over the limit.
German beer.
Yeah, that's a special beer. You'd probably lie in the corner.
I tend to do that when I drink beer anyway, but love the flavor of beer, but with my gout, I can't drink it. Well, we don't get decent beer over here. They have all these restrictions on how much alcohol it can have in it. So whenever they import anything here, they mess with it. Okay, well, you did one tail flash. That must be it. So thanks for showing up, even though
Yeah,
we were
thanks for
late.
coming. Great to see you guys.
Had to
Have
make
a nice
woods,
week.
guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.